Hey, thanks for letting us use your backyard for this podcast.
Yeah, I figured it'd be a pretty good backdrop area.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, the last beautiful day for a couple days, huh?
Yeah, it's supposed to get a little colder.
Mm-hmm.
A little windy tomorrow, like a high in the low 40s. Today is 70.
That feels a little warmer than even 70 right
Yeah,
now.
it feels pretty nice.
I'm wearing shorts. I don't ever wear shorts.
I didn't even think about wearing shorts. Wow, in April.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what the next couple days. It wouldn't be Easter weekend based on my memory if it wasn't lousy weather. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah,
You never know, Spokane, though.
true. What have you been up to today?
Well, I had a morning.
Did you have a morning?
I had a morning. I've been sick. Well, I don't know if I've been sick or if it's just like something's irritating me. But
Like people?
well, yeah. But I don't think people can really
Okay,
give
well,
you a sore throat.
I'll tell you a
Well,
story about
maybe.
people irritating me later.
Oh yeah,
so.
I can't wait to hear this
Okay.
story. So was it Monday night? I had a slight fever,
Yeah.
101, something like that. I was like, shit, man, I got the Rona. But no other symptoms or nothing. And then next couple days, I was just dealing with headaches and neck pain and stuff like that too. And lymph nodes in my neck were starting to get swollen. And then yesterday, I really developed a pretty bad sore throat. So I was like thinking maybe I had a strep throat or something, because I used to be pretty prone to that. And went in this morning and got a rapid strep test done, and that came back negative, thankfully. And they said it looks like just some sort of viral pharyngitis or something like that. And I didn't know what that was, so I had to look it up. But it's nothing too serious.
Inflammation by your voice box.
Exactly.
Do you think that could be from maybe doing these vocal covers that you've been doing?
Could be. I've read that that's more laryngitis,
Right.
but
But you're straining them because you're,
oh, yeah.
you're new to it
yeah, definitely.
and stuff too. Speaking of which, I have to ask, did you get your 6 more subscribers to get to 1,000?
I did.
Congratulations.
I think I have a little bit over 1,000 now. Mom was actually my 1,000th subscriber.
Congratulations.
I made her make a YouTube account to subscribe to me, so
Very nice.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Nicely done. So how'd the rest of your visit go at the doctor today? What kind of precautions are they doing down there?
They're actually taking it very seriously, which is a good sign. Drive up and they have the drive-through testing for COVID-19 there, which is I didn't expect. I didn't know they had that down there.
I didn't know they did either.
Because they had just one big tent and enough space to drive a car through, and then they'll test you and then get your results whenever. And I walked into the building and they asked if I had any respiratory symptoms or a cough or anything like that, and I said no. And then they said, all right, well, we're going to take your temperature, and then they took your temperature and it was like 97.4 or something like that. And then they put a green sticker on my shirt, said that I didn't have any COVID symptoms. And then I went over to the check-in area when they had all the glass up on the check-in windows and stuff too.
Oh, do they?
Like, protect the receptionists and stuff too.
Mhm.
And guy asked if I had an appointment. I said, yeah, I had one at 9:20 for a strep test. And then he asked if I had a sore throat right now, and I said yes. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to have to give you a red sticker to put in your shirt then. You can just put it over the green one. And I'm like, okay. He goes, just because you have a sore throat right now. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then he gave me a mask. He's like, all right, go around it was like a makeshift table that they had too. That they was just kind of a temporary thing, because they had like half the waiting room that they usually do. Like half of the room was just like cut off. And we went around there and sat down and played on my phone for a little bit and went in, and everything was good. So
Good.
yeah,
Good.
I don't know.
They give you a prescription for anything?
Yeah, I got some like throat numbing. I don't know if it's like some sort of liquid they gargle and swallow, and it's supposed to numb your throat for like 2-3 hours, something like
Nice.
that. So
Did they let you go to the pharmacy and pick that up, or
no, they wouldn't let me.
with your red sticker?
Yeah, because I had a red sticker on, because I went over there and lady pulled the ticket out for me and then said that since I have a red sticker, they would just bring it out to my car.
Oh, nice.
And took out my information and everything, and I went out and sat in my car, and about 10 minutes sitting there, I got a call, and this guy said that because like the doctor had originally prescribed me some like mouthwash. There was like benzocaine mouthwash or something. And the guy called me and said that my insurance didn't cover that. And so it would be like $60-some.
Wow.
I'm paying $60 for this shit. Like, he goes, but there's also other options. You can do this for $20 and then this for $13. And I was like, all right, just give me the cheap one. I'll just do the $13
Right.
one. And he said, all right, and then he hung up and then called me back like 2 minutes later and said that, asked what parking space I was in out there, and I told him, and the pharmacist came on and gave me all information about the stuff.
Right.
And the guy brought it out to me and looked at me and he goes, "This is some good stuff." He says, I've used this before and it is some good stuff. And then went on my way and came back home.
Drive through or a drive up pharmacy, kind of like any of the food places around.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's interesting.
Everything's pretty much drive through only right now.
Just about. Well, I had an interesting little experience this morning at the grocery store.
Oh, let's hear about this.
So I went shopping for family to get some stuff and a few things for myself too. It's the first time I've actually had to wait outside at the store because they don't want too many people in there at one time. So they have 6-foot tape marks outside, and there's probably about 20 people back. And I'm standing there, and I'm about halfway through the line. It's moving up pretty quick because people are shuffling out pretty quick. And I notice a shadow of somebody behind me that I can see in front of me. And I'm thinking, wow, that sun's still really low in the sky. I guess it is only April. And I moved up a couple more spots over the next 45 seconds or so. And then the shadow's still there, and I kind of just turn and look over my shoulder. And there's a lady on her phone that's probably this far away from my shoulder.
That's not 6 feet.
That's not even, that was barely 6 inches.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. And I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of chuckling to myself, and I'm thinking, okay, she's going to get the hint here pretty soon that the next time I'm going to move up to a tape mark, she needs to stay where she's at. And she just kept on moving up with me. So finally I get to the front of the line, and the person at the store is asking, how many is there? And, go ahead or wait a minute or something too. She goes, 2 of you? And I kind of look over my shoulder and I go, no, 1. I don't know who in the hell this person is, but she's way too damn close.
Is that what you said?
That's exactly what I said.
It.
And then she kind of looked at me and gave me this weird look like, what are you talking about? And then by the time I got in and got my card and was pulling my cart to go in, she was coming in too. And she still was oblivious. She didn't look at me or say sorry or anything. She was just that far away from me the whole time in line. Could I have said something sooner? Yeah, I could have. But there's that fine line. You don't want to come across as an asshole or something like that. You want to make people aware of it, I guess. But it's like,
we're not confrontational people either.
No, we're not. As a family, we're not. But it's like, holy cow! Obviously, you're standing outside. Number 1. Number 2, there's 6-foot tape marks on the ground.
Mm-hmm. How old was this lady?
She's probably my age.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Common sense.
It's like, holy cow.
That's crazy.
It was just crazy.
It blows my mind. People are still so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I never will.
No.
Never will.
No. So people wonder, well, why are we being forced to do these kind of, make these precautions and stuff too? That's why.
Those are the kind of people.
Because if you didn't, you'd have more of those kind of people out there right now, and things would be spreading a lot faster.
It's just bonkers.
The golf course the other day, the post on the golf course talking about people in Canada at certain places and stuff getting fined for walking onto a golf course when they're closed, which you shouldn't anyway, no matter what. Wintertime, closed for whatever reason, you shouldn't do that.
Right.
So there's a post up, and people are commenting, well, you can't tell me that this is more dangerous or less dangerous than going to a grocery store and that kind of stuff too. And all these people just thinking that, well,
they're
golf
entitled.
Courses, yeah, they're entitled, and golf courses, you're wide open, but they're not really thinking of the check-in process, of the fact that the carts are going to be dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can take precautions once people are out on the golf course, but there's a whole part of that whole experience that's different than just going and playing.
For
There's
sure.
checking in, there's, pro shops sometimes are pretty small. You're passing people closer than 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people just want to talk, they have questions, and
there's some disgusting people that come
there
in and out of
is.
those places
There
too.
is. And if you've ever seen any of those videos online of people doing stupid shit on a golf course, like racing carts or jumping off a cart or something too, that's the reason why golf courses are closed, because a lot of golfers are just idiots and do a lot of stupid stuff once they're out on the golf course too.
Absolutely.
So.
I've seen a lot of stupid stuff firsthand when I was there too.
Yeah, so
That just blows my mind.
but
I had to get in on the conversation on that too.
I saw that you
I had
posted
to.
some stuff, and you shut some people down pretty quickly.
I mean, it's stupid, and I know people are still gonna continue to do it, and I'll probably still continue to do what I'm doing. Just
It's easier to be confrontational over the internet.
exactly.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I'm a major dickhead on the internet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no, I don't know. It just blows my mind. Like people that are 3-4 times my age that are just feel like they have less common sense than I do,
Mhm.
and it's just like, really, dude, like
Yeah. A lot of people, people are not comfortable having their luxuries taken away. I get that, and I know some people are frustrated. I actually saw one guy comment on your first post and said, "I know, you're right, dude. I'm just venting."
Mm-hmm.
That was nice to have somebody say something like that too.
Yeah.
He acknowledged that he was just venting, and he really didn't think the way that he was posting and other people were posting.
Mm-hmm. And then there was the guy who I originally replied to, who replied to me later and said, I don't remember what exactly he said, but it was something snarky, and I was like, come on, man, you're like 60-something years old, grow up.
Yeah. Well, what these people don't realize is I work at that golf course.
Yeah. What makes you think that, or what makes them think that you have to be put into a danger, basically?
Right.
Like,
and if they think that I won't remember their names when the golf courses open up, and I'm not gonna say something to them somewhere down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't forget things like that. So
people are just so dumb,
yeah.
and it just drives me crazy. Like, even driving, people are, even with like lack of cars on the road, people are still driving like fucking morons.
Yes.
Like, even this morning when I was driving down to Riverfront, the guy's driving on my ass the whole way. I'm going like 5 over already, and he's on my ass, and then I couldn't go any faster because there's a car in front of me that's going like 25, and so I go to pass the guy, and then I go to pass the guy at the same time the other guy does behind me, and he honks at me and like slams on his horn as I like try to pass the other guy. I'm like, dude, you're the one that's riding my ass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't understand. And it's some like guy probably in his mid-40s driving a little shit car. Like, hey, why are you riding my ass?
I don't know if people are just so panicked by things right now, and things are so weird and strange that they're not thinking when they're driving, or they're not thinking when they speak, or if there's just that.
Well, people don't think when they speak in general.
Yeah, or if those people are just standing out more.
Spokane.
Yes, maybe those people are just standing out more because of what's going on now too, and a lot of other people are being pretty considerate of others and being very kind. Maybe these people are just standing out more.
Yeah, I don't know. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Hey, by the way, nice shirts we have here.
Yeah, those are very
Aren't
nice.
These nice?
Yeah.
These are our quarantine shirts. $6 shirts is a pretty good deal. We got one for your sister too. Try to get her on the podcast today.
How did she get outside? Anyways. I can cut that out, but like, what the fuck?
You know, today we got your sister one of these too, and you know, today being National Sibling Day.
Oh, is that
I tried
today?
to get her on.
I didn't even know that was today.
Well, I figured you probably wouldn't know.
I'm a shitty brother.
Well, I tried to get her on the podcast today, but she had other plans and other things going on. She says she'll be on one with us next.
You should give her a FaceTime.
That's what I was gonna do with her, but she didn't want to go for it. She said another time, and she said next time she'd actually do one in person with us. She said that the last 3 times too. So anyway,
you never know with her.
It's not like we're not trying to get other people on here with us.
Oh, we're trying.
We'll eventually get there. So anyway, do you want to give your sister a shout out? No.
Honestly, no. But
come on.
I guess I have to since it's sibling day. So happy sibling day.
There you go. Dweeb. There you go. I gave my sister one too. I took my sister a box of little wooden birdhouses from Michael's Day that I picked up to get her through the week. She likes to paint those.
Yeah, I saw that picture. That was pretty cool.
Grandma gives her like five a day to work on, so
nice.
She's got some things to work on.
Something
too,
to do, keep her occupied.
Makes me look like a good big brother.
I mean, you are.
Well, kind of.
I'd say you are.
But I probably fooled a lot of people by doing that too.
Oh yeah. Well, you and me both.
Yeah, but you know,
it happens. It is what it is.
We're pretty nice people though, in general.
So, what do you think about? We were talking last podcast about, or maybe it was 2 podcasts ago. We were talking about when the WHL is going to be able to resume trading and stuff like that too. And I saw that last Monday they're able to resume doing that. I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen one trade yet.
I haven't either. I've seen a lot of guys sign contracts and stuff too, and I haven't seen any like trades within the league at all. And that's crazy.
It is, but I guess it stands to reason that a lot of those offices probably aren't really functioning normally anyway. So
true, that's true.
They're probably waiting to see what kind of a season looks like whenever something does get to start next year or something too before they start moving players around, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's so much uncertain right now. But yeah, that's interesting that we talked about that, and then
a couple days later they actually announced something.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. The one thing that really caught my eye this week was that Riley McKay signed that AHL contract with Rockford.
That was pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool, because I know he went to the Blackhawks camp last year,
right,
or whatever, their rookie camp, and he must have impressed enough to the point where he got picked up by Rockford.
Well, when he played for Spokane, he was more as a tough guy and stuff too. But you and I always commented on the guy was pretty skilled.
Great passer.
He just didn't get a chance to really display that very often.
He was great. Well, he played first line in Saskatoon this year.
And then in Saskatoon, and he played top line, was the leading scorer for a lot of the season and stuff too. No, it was interesting to see a guy that you would have considered more of a goon when he first started in Spokane get signed in an AHL contract.
It's nice to see guys like that still get those opportunities, even in how hockey is these days, how much different the game is and stuff too. It's interesting to see that those guys are still getting that opportunity.
And you have to wonder if he would have gotten that opportunity if he didn't get traded to Saskatoon, because he probably would have still been a fourth line guy here.
Yeah.
And wouldn't been able to show his skills.
Yeah, it's true. As much as I was bummed when he did get traded, because I think the Chiefs missed having somebody like that.
I do too.
But I think it was good for him overall in his hockey career.
It just goes to show you that to make it to the next level for any of these athletes in any of these sports, it's not just skill and having somebody notice. You got to have a lot of luck too.
Oh, for sure.
The cards have to notice you. Yeah, the stars have to align.
Absolutely.
For you to get opportunities and stuff too.
It's cool to see. I didn't think that he would go anywhere pro. So
I didn't either
personally. But it's cool to see. I'm glad and he's going to a great organization.
There you go.
That's my team.
We know how you feel about the Blackhawks.
That's my team.
So it'll be interesting to see how the draft class from this year. Not the draft class. Well, the draft class too, I guess. But the people that sign contracts, how they do next year with the league kind of ending abruptly and stuff too. How these guys that have signed contracts, are they going to get their normal chances for these clubs that they've signed, or is there going to be kind of like you talked about the trading thing with the WHL, as far as the NHL and the AHL and stuff too? Are a lot of those guys going to not do a lot of trading and keep guys that they have on their teams now just because they almost feel like they got slighted by the season ending so soon? And you know what I mean?
I could see some teams doing that, but I can see some teams using it as an opportunity to look for better players,
to really improve,
especially teams that were really lacking this year,
to really improve quickly.
I can see good teams like, I don't know, the Caps or Boston or Tampa. I can see them kind of just chilling and sit and see where things go. But lower teams like, I don't know, San Jose and
California teams.
Yeah, all that stuff. A lot of the West Coast teams, I can see them making some moves to maybe pick up a key guy or two.
Yeah.
See what happens with that. But I still haven't heard anything from the league about what's going on here.
There was a post on NHL.com yesterday that said, and they had a bunch of analysts on there, and I didn't read the whole article, but talking about what they think the best case scenario is. And they were talking along the lines of, finishing the summer if you can, and the shortened season next year. That's kind of where everybody's going now, and what they're thinking.
I think that's great. I think it was a great idea. I did see that the Bell Center in Montreal banned, or not, well, technically did ban all sporting events and big gatherings through August or something like that.
I think I saw that too.
But I don't think Montreal is making the playoffs.
Correct.
I could be wrong.
Correct.
But
they are not right now.
So that's the only team I've heard doing something like that though too. And I don't know how bad the coronavirus situation is up in Canada.
I haven't heard anything either.
But I don't know. I could still see a summer league playoffs happening at some point, even if it's starts in the middle of July,
right,
and just runs through the end of August,
and maybe even starting without fans at first too.
Yeah,
possibly. I don't know.
Then I also, what did I read today when I woke up? It was about the MLB talking about doing a shortened spring training style season or something like that, where they were going to have two leagues, kind of like the AL, NL, but it's going to be 2 leagues that play in 2 different cities or whatever,
basically
Cactus and something like that. And that's a serious talk. I got a notification from
it. They're basically talking doing it in one stadium for each, and without travel and stuff.
Which is interesting.
It is interesting. Back to the NHL thing, I guess their big kind of hurdle right now is all the European players that went to Europe, and if they're going to be able to leave their countries.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's a big thing I read about the other day too. That even if they were to resume, are all those players going to be able to get back into the U.S. to play in the Canada to play?
How many of those guys do you think still live back there, though?
A lot of them.
Really?
That's what they were saying. There's a lot of them.
I figured guys playing in the U.S. or Canada that they would live there now.
No, because the offseason they go home, and that's the big
true.
thing. And when the NHL postponed the season, they told people go home. I mean, just go to your homes with your families, and that's
interesting.
Home for a lot of those people.
I didn't even think about that.
That's a big hurdle right now. They were saying.
I didn't even think about that because there's a lot of countries that are still like completely shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But
so thankfully, at least here in Washington State, it looks like the curve is starting to flatten, and we're kind of almost over the hump and stuff too. So that's a good thing. The big medical hospital they set up at CenturyLink Field, they tore it down and have it available to another state right now that might need it.
I saw that. It was crazy because like it started in the States in Seattle or in Everett or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then it really took off in Washington, especially Western Washington.
Right.
And then it spread to all the other states, and now Washington's like way down the list. Like every other state seemed to just explode with the amount of cases, and I feel like we kind of like stayed pretty level for a while, and then slowly started to go down, and then all these other states are going up higher. I think we've done a pretty good job.
I think the proactive things that we've put in place have definitely helped a lot.
Absolutely.
We may be one of the first ones that it got pretty bad, but that means I think by doing the proper things, we're going to be one of the first ones to recover from it too.
Which is a great
It's
sign.
a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah. So
good times. Good things happening in crazy times.
It's nice to hear some positives for a change because there's
sure.
been nothing but negatives for several weeks now.
Yeah. It's bananas.
I still am not watching any newscasts at all. I'm reading a little bit on Twitter, reading articles that I choose to read when I come across them and stuff too.
Me too.
But I'm not watching anything local, national, nothing.
I don't watch news. I just listen to governor press conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll listen to a Trump press conference just to see if there's anything funny that happens again.
There always is.
China. Or, just like you said, scrolling through social media and finding articles and stuff too.
Yeah.
I'll read some of those every once in a while, but other than that, I don't give a shit. I've just been Family Guy and playing some video games and doing some video editing.
Yeah, thank goodness for Netflix.
Yeah, well,
and podcasts and Hulu too.
Yeah.
I heard you watched Seinfeld the other night.
I watched a couple episodes. I did.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, and then I've been watching a lot of Family Guy though. I just have nice to have on in the background some of the humor that I didn't pick up on when I was a kid that I'm picking up on now. It's pretty funny.
I watched. I like to watch the Bill Maher show on HBO every week, and for a couple of weeks when this all started, he didn't have a show, but he did one last week finally from his home and doing video conferencing. Seth MacFarlane was one of his guests this last week.
Really?
Pretty funny.
Nice.
Pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Wow.
But yeah. No, I've just been watching a lot of Hulu and playing some video games and video editing, audio editing, stuff like that too. Just trying to keep myself busy
and healthy, hopefully.
Healthy.
Take that good medicine, the good stuff that the doctor gave you.
No kidding.
That'd be good.
Hopefully it'll kick whatever the hell I got.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Thankfully it's not COVID though.
Yeah, that's not the Rona.
Because I don't got any other symptoms other than a sore throat. Like I told the doctor today, I said I could still run I feel like I could run a mile, and I have all week. So
yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. But again, that stress of everything too can wear you down a little bit to where you can pick up something else too. So
for sure, yeah,
definitely stress less if you can, and stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. Stay home, less stress.
There you go.
Sure.
There you go. What'd you think of WrestleMania this last weekend? Being odd that they pre-taped a lot of things and did it over 2 nights and stuff too.
I didn't think it was as bad as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be very good because you think WrestleMania, you think 100,000 people in a stadium,
right?
And all this crazy fireworks.
Yes, I just scratched my face. I know I shouldn't do that.
Yikes! Stay away from me.
Okay.
You think like crazy fireworks and
Mm-hmm.
big matches and all these like crazy big superstars coming back for couple little segments here and
Mm-hmm.
there. But instead you get an empty performance center. But I think they made the most of it. I think it was pretty good. I think the pre-taped cinematic stuff was great. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Boneyard match, I thought that was awesome. That was my match of the weekend for sure.
Yeah.
The Firefly Funhouse match was interesting. I wasn't sure what to think of it at first, but the more I think about it, the more I think that was fucking brilliant.
I think you had to be an old school WWE fan to appreciate it.
I think that was brilliant.
Yeah.
But then like some of the actual matches that they had over the weekend too was awesome. Like that last man standing match with Edge and Orton went on
that was
30
incredible.
plus minutes was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And just like it's cool to see the guys in such a weird place, like being in front of nobody in an empty, training facility, basically, still like showing like all the emotion and stuff too that they do.
That's got to be hard.
Yeah, like when Edge and Orton were on top of that semi in the storage room, and Edge was like had the chair down and like he was gonna hit Orton over the head with the chair, and he's like crying and shit. I was like, damn, like these guys are good.
Usually that stuff is kind of boosted by the crowd's reactions and stuff too, and to not have that and still be able to pull that off,
impressive.
These guys are very good at what they do.
That match was good. I thought the Owens Rollins match was really good.
Yeah.
And thank fucking God Brock Lesnar lost the title. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I like Brock Lesnar, but Drew McIntyre deserves that.
That makes one of you because I can't stand Brock Lesnar.
I
think he's the world's worst wrestler. I think any of those MMA guys that come over, and women, Ronda Rousey too, are horrible wrestlers. It's just so much different.
Yeah.
They can't. One thing I will give Brock credit for, he does sell things well. When somebody attacks him and punches him,
he's great. He's one of the best sellers.
He's good at that. But as far as delivering things, I mean, all he does is suplex people, and that's all he can do. I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And
he gets paid millions of dollars to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, good for WWE, I guess, and good for him. But
that's the one thing about WWE that I don't like. Just all these guys that'll come back for like one-off appearances, like the Goldberg Braun Strowman match. It's like those guys, like the legends, they'll have matches, but it'll be them and their opponent giving each other finishers back to back to back to back to back to back until somebody finally doesn't kick out.
Right.
It's like I feel like every match is like that. Even the Brock and Drew matches like that.
Yeah.
It was like suplex F5, suplex F5 F5 Claymore. It's like Jesus Christ.
It's not a wrestling
Can you guys
match.
do something different?
No.
Like
some of them can't.
I feel like Brock can. Still,
I don't,
because he used to be able to.
I know,
put that shit on so well.
but then when he went back and then came back to WWE again, he just doesn't have that skill set anymore.
Yeah, it's too bad.
But that's why I don't like it. I don't like that they push those kind of guys, like you said.
Yeah,
I like to watch wrestling matches where anything could happen, and they have multiple moves.
Exactly. Long match, and they're short too. Those matches,
because that's all they can do is their finishers.
Yeah, that's too bad.
For what they had to work with, I thought it actually went pretty well, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought I enjoyed it too. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, honestly, but there was a lot of high points that weekend.
Yeah, the biggest disappointment of the whole thing was how shitty Monday Night Raw was the next night.
Yeah, I heard it was. I had it on in the background. I watched a little bit here. And
I just flipped back and forth a couple times, and it was horrible. And people everywhere on social media thought it was horrible too.
Well, the Rocker Mania is usually made by the crowd and stuff too, and they don't have that.
Yeah,
so.
It was bad. It was bad. But
yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good though.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Yeah. What are you gonna do this weekend? Any plans? It's Easter weekend.
Catch up on sleep. Try to get rid of the sore throat. Play some more video games.
Nice. Maybe do another one of these podcasts.
Yeah, if we can.
Possibly. Probably not outside with the weather.
Yeah, especially not tomorrow. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow.
And windy. Did you see that they closed? Not that things weren't already closed as far as parks and like state parks and stuff too, but they put a burning ban into effect yesterday
because of the wind.
Because of the wind tomorrow.
Really?
And how dry it is. Yeah, they say that with as warm as it's been the last couple of days and no rain, and then the wind tomorrow, they put a burning ban in effect on all burning.
Interesting.
So here we are going through the COVID thing, and now we're already kind of preparing for wildfire season.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's bananas.
Yeah.
I don't know, crazy Washington, American, worldwide stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever it is at this point.
Yeah, just society in general, I guess. But I guess there's at least some normalcy to that. We're used to that every year.
Yeah.
About this time of year.
The wildfires and stuff. Yeah.
So.
You all right over there, Mom? You all right, Mom? What happened?
I think she's putting bodies in the garbage.
Anyways.
Well, I know a few bodies. The lady at the grocery store, I'd like to put her in the garbage.
Yeah, no kidding. So would I.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Now you want to do it too. Yeah.
Piss me off.
Yeah. Give your dad the Rona.
Yeah, right.
You don't want that.
No, we don't.
Who else would cook good food for you?
Good point. So, I'd have to come cook for you, and you don't want that.
No, probably not. I might catch something else.
Yeah. Food poisoning.
Well, if the weather's halfway decent, I plan on grilling on Easter Sunday, so maybe I can grill you some food if you'd like some good food.
I would like some good food.
I could probably do that. I'm thinking about grilling a tri-tip roast on the
grill.
grill.
That sounds very good.
Yeah.
That sounds very good.
We'll come up with something.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks again for the setup. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
When the weather's nice, I think we should do more of these outside.
Do a little different setup here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something outside. That'd be nice. We could maybe do one in front of your hockey net one of these days or something.
There you go. Have somebody shoot some pucks at us.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Maybe that's when we go get your sister on.
There you go. Yeah, she can.
No, she would be in front of the net.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Happy Sibling Day. Anyway, all right. Well, till next time, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, take it easy. Safe travel.
Be forgotten.